Try this with me. For the next 10 seconds, do not think of a pink elephant. Do not imagine its shape. Do not picture its color. Do not see it dancing in your head. Do not think of a pink elephant. You thought of it. Even if you resisted, it flashed for a moment. That tiny failure is not random. Psychologists call this ironic process theory. When you try to suppress a thought, part of your mind has to keep checking whether the thought is still there. To not think of a pink elephant, your brain constantly asks itself, "Am I thinking of a pink elephant right now?" Which keeps the elephant alive. You did not fail because you are weak. You failed because the instruction is built to fail. Now zoom out. Replace the pink elephant with, "Do not be anxious in this meeting. Do not feel lonely tonight. Do not think about your ex. Do not look insecure. Do not get depressed again." The same mechanism kicks in. You start monitoring yourself. Am I anxious? Am I lonely? Do I look insecure? This self-surveillance doubles your suffering. You are not just having an emotion, you are also grading your performance in real time. It is like trying to drive a car while staring at your own reflection in the rearview mirror. You crash. The backwards law starts there. The more you try to force your inner world into shape, the more your effort becomes a spotlight on the exact thing you want to hide. Alan Watts summarized it like this: the more you desperately want to be happy, the more miserable you feel. The more you chase security, the more insecure you become. The more you obsess over being loved, the more unlovable you feel. We could condense the whole thing into a simple formula. Pursuing an internal state reinforces the belief that you do not have it. If I tell you, "I am trying really hard to be confident," that sentence contains a confession. I do not believe I am confident. If I say, "I am working on being worthy of love," hidden underneath is, "Right now, I feel unworthy." Trying is a declaration of lack. The more energy you pour into the trying, the heavier that lack becomes. This is not just philosophy, it is structure. Your effort is glued to the assumption, "I do not have it yet." So every new action quietly whispers, "Still not enough, still not there, still not okay." You think you are moving toward freedom. You are actually reinforcing the prison walls. Here is where people get confused. They hear the backwards law and think, "So should I just sit on the couch and never do anything? No goals, no discipline, no progress?" No. The backwards law is not about external tasks. It is about internal states. If you want to, learn a language, build a business, get stronger at the gym, write a book, you will need effort. You will need structure. You will need discipline, work, practice, repetition. That is normal. Where things go wrong is when you load these actions with the burden of fixing your sense of self. You are not just building a business. You are trying to prove you are not a failure. You are not just going to the gym. You are trying to escape shame about your body. You are not just learning a skill. You are trying to erase the feeling of being behind in life. Then your desire is no longer, "I want to do this." It becomes, "I cannot be okay until this happens." And that transforms a project into a prison. The same action can either be play or punishment, depending on the story underneath it. The backwards law is not anti-effort. It is anti-desperation. Let's talk brain chemistry for a second, without making it sound like a textbook. Dopamine is not a pleasure chemical in the simple way people imagine. It is more about wanting, not having, anticipation, seeking, chasing. Your brain releases more dopamine when you are moving toward a goal than when you are actually achieving it. You feel a surge when you see a notification, someone texts you back, you buy something online, you imagine your future success. But when you finally get the object, eat the food, buy the thing, hit the milestone, the thrill fades quickly. Then your system recalibrates and looks for the next hit. This is the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much you get, your emotional baseline pulls you back. More followers, more likes, more money, more status. You adapt. What used to feel like a dream becomes normal, and normal eventually starts to feel empty. So what do? You increase the dose. More goals, bigger numbers, higher standards. This is where the backwards law gets cruel. You believe the problem is that you do not have enough. The real problem is that the game you are playing cannot be won. You are running on a treadmill and wondering why you never arrive. Here is the sociological angle. Our culture is built around a simple script. You are not enough, but you can become enough if you buy, achieve, transform, and optimize. Ads tell you that you are missing something. Self-help tells you that you can fix yourself if you work hard enough. Social media shows you carefully curated lives to remind you how far behind you are. A satisfied person is a terrible consumer. Someone who deeply feels, "I am okay as I am," does not need to chase every trend, every product, every upgrade. So the system does not just tolerate your insecurity, it thrives on it. From a young age, you are trained to outsource your worth. Grades tell you whether you are smart. Social circles tell you whether you are cool. Beauty standards tell you whether your body is acceptable. Job titles tell you whether you are successful. You are raised into a world that feeds you an invisible equation. I am what I produce. I am what I earn. I am what people think of me. This turns life into a scoreboard. And a scoreboard requires constant checking. Am I winning yet? Am I ahead yet? Am I better than who I used to be? The backwards law explains the paradox here. The more you chase these external signs of worth, the deeper your sense of internal worthlessness grows. Because the chase never ends. And if the chase never ends, then deep down you always feel, I still need more. Arthur Schopenhauer took this further than most Western philosophers were willing to go. He said we are all expressions of the will. An irrational, blind striving that pushes everything to keep existing, reproducing, expanding. This will is, without final goal, without rational purpose, always hungry. Even when you think you have a clear goal, you are just temporarily dressing up this deeper, aimless striving in a specific outfit. I want money. I want love. I want meaning. You get some of it. The will does not say thank you and sit down. It says next. Schopenhauer thought the will is the engine of suffering. As long as it owns you, you will always feel restless. You get what you want, and you feel relief for a moment. Then a new dissatisfaction appears. He agreed with Buddhism on this point. Clinging is the problem. The mind says, this is not enough. Something is missing. Somewhere else, I would be okay. So you keep throwing solutions at this feeling. More experience, more pleasure, more improvement, more knowledge. But you are trying to fill a hole that does not exist materially. It lives in perception. The backwards law and Schopenhauer align here. Trying to fix your sense of lack with more striving is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It burns brighter. Long before Schopenhauer, Taoist thinkers saw this pattern and gave it a name, Wu Wei. People translate this as non-doing, but that sounds like laziness. It is closer to non-forcing. Picture a surfer. He is not creating the wave. He is not fighting the wave. He is not lecturing the wave about how it should behave. He studies it, aligns with it, and rides it. There is effort, but it is aligned effort, not neurotic effort. Most of us live in neurotic effort. We push reality, push people, push ourselves, constantly trying to bend everything into our preferred shape. We think, when reality finally matches my blueprint, then I will relax. But it never exactly matches, so we never exactly relax. Wu Wei says, stop trying to bully reality. Stop trying to bully your own mind. Instead of forcing the wave, learn to ride what is already there. The backwards law is the psychological shadow of Wu Wei. When you stop trying to force internal experiences, they start to regulate themselves. Let's talk dating. If you have ever gone through a lonely phase, you know how brutal the backwards law can be. You want love, you want connection, you want to feel chosen. So you overthink every message, analyze every delay and response, try to impress, try not to scare them away, try to say the right thing, try to act confident while internally panicking. You are not relating anymore. You are performing, and the other person can feel it. Even if they cannot put it into words, they sense an invisible pressure. You have to like me. You have to validate me. You have to complete me. That pressure is repulsive. Suddenly, jokes feel off. Compliments feel heavy. Silence feels awkward. You become less attractive not because you are not enough, but because you are energetically trying to extract something from them. The more you try to get love, the more you become the kind of person who cannot receive it cleanly. On the other hand, think of people who genuinely feel okay alone. They are not chasing, they are not starving, they are not auditioning. Their presence is lighter. They can listen without trying to impress. Be honest without trying to manipulate your perception. Walk away if something does not feel right. This detachment reads as confidence. It is not a trick. It is simply what happens when you stop trying so hard to get love that you forget how to give it, or even recognize it. Backwards law. Desperate pursuit of love broadcasts, "I am not lovable." Deep acceptance of being alone creates the space for genuine connection. Money is another arena where this law hits hard. You say, "I want financial freedom." At first, that might mean, "I want to pay my bills without stress." Then you hit that level. Now, financial freedom means, "I want a buffer in my savings." You get that. Now it means, "I need 6 months of expenses saved." I need passive income. I need to never worry about money again. The goalpost moves every time you approach it. There is nothing wrong with wanting more stability. But notice the psychological pattern. You tie your sense of safety to a number. Then you move the number. You could be objectively safer than 90% of the planet and still feel terrified, because the story in your head says, "Not enough. Not yet. Just a little more." And with every little more, you reinforce a deeper identity. I am someone who does not yet have enough. Even your wins are reframed as steps towards something I still do not have. Your nervous system never gets to land. Backwards law again. The more you obsess over being rich, enough, the poorer you feel. When you make peace with "what I have right now is workable," you stop leaking energy in panic and can actually make calmer, smarter choices. Contentment does not mean never changing your circumstances. It means you are not negotiating your worth with your bank account. This law also loves the self-improvement world. You start with a simple intention. I want to improve my life. Reasonable. So you read some books, watch some videos, try some habits. Then something shifts. You start to feel like a project that is always under construction. You begin to think in checklists, morning routine, meditation streak, reading habit, gym days, journaling, productivity hacks. None of these are bad by themselves, but when each habit becomes a condition for self-acceptance, you are trapped. You wake up and immediately assess, did I wake up early enough? Did I meditate long enough? Did I work hard enough today? Did I consume the right information? You are not improving your life. You are grading it. Some people take this into spirituality. Now it becomes, I need to heal all my trauma. I need to raise my vibration. I need to awaken. I need to stay present all the time. If you are not careful, Enlightenment just becomes a rebranded version of perfectionism. You are still saying, I am not okay as I am. But maybe if I do enough inner work, I will finally qualify as worthy of my own love. Backwards law again. The harder you chase awakening as a prize, the more you solidify the sense of a separate self that is not there yet. The moment you stop using spirituality to fix yourself, you can start using it to see yourself. There is a difference between pain and suffering. Pain is what happens. Suffering is the story about what happens. Pain is, my chest is tight, my stomach hurts, my heart is breaking. Suffering is, this should not be happening. This proves I am broken. This will never end. The backwards law lives in that second layer. When you feel anxious and tell yourself, I must not feel anxious, you add a new layer of panic on top of the anxiety. When you feel sad and tell yourself, I should not be sad, what is wrong with me? You add shame to the sadness. Fighting the emotion teaches your nervous system. This state is dangerous. We need to monitor it. We need to control it. We need to escape it. Which keeps it alive. Acceptance, on the other hand, sounds like, I am anxious right now. I do not like it, but I can allow it. I feel jealous. It is uncomfortable, but I do not need to hide it from myself. I am lonely. That hurts, but it does not mean I am worthless. This does not instantly erase pain, but it removes the second arrow. You stop stabbing yourself for bleeding. Paradoxically, emotions that are allowed to exist often pass through much faster than emotions that are constantly resisted, explained, justified, or fought. Return to the pond. The water is cloudy. You want to see the bottom. You could stir the water to mix out the dirt. Scoop up mud in your hands. Shake it, push it, scrape it, attack it. Every movement makes things worse. Eventually, you learn the only thing that works. You step away, not in apathy, but in trust. You trust that the water knows how to settle. You do not need to manage every particle. Your mind is the same. Thoughts and emotions float like mud in the water. When something stirs them, the pond gets murky. If you constantly reach in to rearrange, judge, and manipulate what you feel, you never give your system a chance to regulate itself. Leaving it alone is not submission. It is cooperation with how your nervous system actually works. You are not abandoning yourself. You are finally getting out of your own way. Important nuance. Stop trying to get it and you will have it does not mean stop going to therapy. Stop working on your habits. Stop improving your situation. Stop caring. It means stop trying to force your internal experience into a particular shape by sheer aggression. There are two ways to go to the gym: from hatred of your body, from care for your body. Those two create very different lives, even if from the outside the behavior looks the same. There are two ways to build a career: from panic, if I do not succeed, I am nothing. From curiosity, let me see what I can create in this life. Same actions, different gravity. The backwards law invites you to keep acting, but drop the emotional contract that says, I will only let myself feel okay if reality cooperates. You are allowed to let yourself feel okay first, then act. This is all interesting as theory, but how do you live it? Let's make this practical. 14.1. Notice where you are forcing. Ask yourself, where in my life do I feel tight, desperate, or clingy? What am I terrified of losing? What outcome am I silently demanding from life? It could be, someone must stay with you. A plan must work exactly as imagined. Your body must look a certain way. You must fix yourself this year. These are the places where the backwards law is quietly active. Anywhere you feel, if I do not get this, I cannot be okay, you have placed your peace outside yourself. Pick one of those areas and ask, If I stopped trying to force this, what would that look like today? Not forever, just today. If you stopped forcing love, maybe you would stop replaying every conversation. Maybe you would stop stalking their social media. Maybe you would let them respond when they respond. If you stopped forcing happiness, maybe you would allow yourself to feel low without immediately fixing it. Maybe you would go for a walk without trying to optimize it with a podcast. If you stopped forcing spiritual progress, maybe you would meditate for the sake of sitting, not for the sake of becoming some future version of yourself. There is a therapeutic trick called paradoxical intention. Instead of trying to stop a symptom, you lean into it. If you have insomnia, rather than trying to fall asleep, you try to stay awake. If you blush in public and feel ashamed, you try to blush more. If you are afraid of sweating, you try to sweat as much as possible. It short-circuits the panic about the symptom. You stop resisting it. Resistance was the amplifier. In daily life, this could look like you feel socially anxious. Instead of hiding it, you admit, I am feeling a bit awkward today. You are afraid of failing at something. You say, okay, let me try this and do it badly on purpose. Strange things happen when you stop trying so hard to look fine. You relax, and relaxed people tend to function better. Backwards law again. Here is the central twist. You keep chasing peace as something you will get in the future, not realizing that you can only ever experience peace in the present. When you say, I will be at peace when X happens, what you actually mean is, I refuse to feel peace until X happens. You are not waiting for peace to arrive. You are postponing your permission to feel it. The backwards law suggests another route. Let yourself feel a bit of peace before the condition is met. You do not have the money you want yet. Can you be okay for one breath? You are not in the relationship you want yet. Can you let this moment be enough for 1 minute? You are not who you think you should be yet. Can you allow the version you are now to be valid for 1 day? Not perfect, not final, just not an enemy. If you can do this even a little, something shifts. You are no longer chasing wholeness from the position of, I am broken. You are exploring life from the position of, I am basically allowed to exist. The actions may look similar on the outside, but the energy is completely different. Schopenhauer thought the highest peace comes from negating the will. Buddhism talks about the end of craving. Taoism talks about resting in the way things are. All of these point to a state where you are no longer constantly leaning into the next moment. You are here, not collapsed, not high, just here, in that state. You can enjoy success without clinging to it. You can feel pain without turning it into a life sentence. You can love people without turning them into emotional hostages. You can work on yourself without secretly hating yourself. The backwards law is not saying you will literally get everything you have ever wanted if you stop wanting it. It is saying, the thing you were really after behind all of those wants was the feeling of being enough, of being at home in your own life. That feeling does not arrive when your circumstances finally meet your demands. It arrives when the demands loosen their grip. In other words, stop trying to get it, and you will see that a quiet version of it was already here. Not the fantasy, not the Instagram version, but something gentler, more stable, and more real. So what do you do with all this? You do not need to renounce the world, shave your head, and disappear into a cave. You can keep living where you live, working where you work, loving who you love. The change is internal. You stop using every action as proof of your worth. You stop using every emotion as a test of whether you are healed enough. You stop demanding that life pays you with happiness for all your effort. Instead, you act because acting is natural in that moment. Rest because rest is needed. not because you have earned it. Feel because feeling is part of being alive, not a glitch to be patched. The backwards law will keep tempting you to fall back into the old game. If I just fix this one more thing about myself, then finally, catch that thought, smile at it, recognize it as the same old treadmill with a new coat of paint, and maybe, just for that moment, step off. Let the pond settle. Let the wave roll under your board. Let the pink elephant exist in your mind without trying to chase it out. You do not have to fix every detail of your life to be allowed to live it. The real, holy grail is not out there at the end of a perfectly optimized path. It is the simple, unnerving realization. You are already sitting in the thing you were trying to arrive at. Stop trying to get it. Look around. You might realize you had more of it than you were willing to admit. If there is one truth hiding behind all the noise of modern life, it is this. Most of us are exhausted from chasing what we already have. We spend years running after happiness, yet miss the small moments where happiness quietly sits. We fight our sadness, our fear, our loneliness, believing that resisting them will make them disappear. But the more we push, the tighter the grip becomes. This is the backwards law in action. What you chase runs from you. What you stop resisting softens. What you stop demanding grows naturally. And maybe, just maybe, the peace you are seeking is waiting for you to stop trying so hard to deserve it. Because you already do. If this video helped you remember that, or even just made you pause for a moment in the middle of your day, then you've already supported this channel more than you realize. Watching, listening, sharing. These things keep this space alive. And I mean that sincerely. But if you feel that what I create here has value, if it has guided you, comforted you, challenged you, or made you feel a little less alone in a world that can be unbearably loud, then consider going one step further. Becoming a channel member gives you access to exclusive posts, long-form reflections, early videos, behind-the-scenes thoughts, and a community of people who genuinely care about growth and awareness. It's not just support, it's belonging. And if you want to send a one-time gesture of appreciation, the Super Thanks button is there too. It's a small symbol, but it tells me that what I'm doing matters to you, that this message landed, that it reached the person it was meant to reach. But truly, even if you don't click anything, just the fact that you're here, watching all the way to the end, means you're already part of this space, and that is more than enough. Still, if you do choose to become a member or send a super thanks, know that you're not just supporting a creator. You're supporting the kind of content that refuses to rush you, pressure you, or numb you. Content that asks you to breathe, to think, to feel, to stop running for a moment and remember yourself. Either way, thank you for being here. You matter more than you think, and the journey continues.